The roar of the crowd shakes the arena as two titans stand across from each other, their eyes locked in a silent war. One is a modern-day wrecking machine, an undefeated force with relentless aggression, capable of overwhelming any opponent with sheer brutality. The other is a legend, a man whose very name sends shivers down the spine of anyone who has ever stepped into a ring. The air is thick with tension, the kind that only comes before something historic, something the world never thought it would witness. This is not just a fight. This is a moment that will be etched into combat sports history forever. Khamzat Chimaev vs. Mike Tyson. Past vs. Present. Ferocity vs. Experience. A battle that defies eras and logic. Yet here they stand, ready to settle the question no one dared to ask. What happens when an unstoppable force meets a living legend? This fight is more than just fists and strategy. It is a collision of generations, of two fighters who represent different schools of combat. Khamzat, the relentless wolf, built for destruction, thrives on chaos, dragging his opponents into deep waters and drowning them with his sheer will. His rise has been nothing short of terrifying, tearing through everyone in his path, mauling world-class fighters like they were amateurs. His confidence borders on madness, his belief in his invincibility unshakable. On the other side stands Tyson, a man who once ruled the heavyweight division with an iron fist, whose punches carried the weight of nightmares. His prime was a spectacle. Men feared him before they even stepped into the ring. His speed, his power, his ruthless efficiency made him the most dangerous man on the planet. Now, years later, he stands once again, not just for himself, but for every fighter who has ever been told that time has passed them by. The journey to this moment is one of destiny and defiance. For Khamzat, every fight has been a statement, a warning to the world that he is the future of combat sports. His training is relentless, his mindset unbreakable. He has walked through champions, weathered storms, and emerged untouched, his hunger only growing stronger with each victory. There is no hesitation in his voice. When he speaks, he believes he is untouchable, and so far, no one has proved him wrong. He doesn't just fight to win, he fights to dominate, to break the spirit of his opponents, to remind them that they never stood a chance. Tyson, however, is a man who knows what it means to be feared. He was once the youngest heavyweight champion of the world, a force of nature unlike anything boxing had ever seen. His opponents crumbled under his pressure, his speed and power defying logic. But time is merciless, and legends are often forced to watch as younger fighters take their place. Yet Tyson never lost the fire inside him. The world may have moved on, but the hunger remained, buried beneath years of experience and wisdom. When the opportunity arose, when the world questioned whether he could still unleash that same fury, he did not hesitate. A lifetime of war has prepared him for this moment, and in his mind, age is just another opponent to conquer. The night of the fight, the atmosphere is electric. The arena is packed, millions watching from every corner of the globe, their eyes fixed on the impossible showdown before them. Every movement is studied, every glance analyzed. Khamzat stands in his corner, a predator waiting to be unleashed, his muscles coiled with explosive energy. Across from him, Tyson stands with a quiet intensity, the years of battle visible in his eyes, but his spirit unshaken. The announcer's voice booms through the speakers, but the words barely register. This is no ordinary fight. This is a test of will, a battle of eras, a question that has never been answered. The bell rings. Tyson moves first, his footwork deceptively fast for a man of his age, his movements sharp and precise. Khamzat, known for his reckless aggression, hesitates for just a moment that speaks volumes. The world is watching, time itself standing still as the two fighters close the distance. The first punch is thrown. It lands. The sound echoes through the arena like a gunshot. And then, everything erupts. Tyson's fist crashes against Khamzat's guard, sending a sharp shockwave through the air. The crowd erupts, a mix of gasps and cheers blending into a chaotic roar. Khamzat absorbs the impact, his arms bracing against the legendary power that has crumbled giants before him. But this is no ordinary opponent. Khamzat grins, an eerie smile spreading across his face as if he welcomes the storm that Tyson is about to unleash. There is no fear in his eyes, only the burning hunger of a man who lives for the chaos of battle. He steps forward, undeterred, his own attack coiled like a serpent waiting to strike. Khamzat retaliates. His hands move like lightning, a flurry of sharp, precise strikes designed to break even the toughest defenses. A straight left splits through the space between them, landing clean on Tyson's guard, forcing him to take a step back. The audience holds its breath. For the first time, it's clear that this won't be a one-sided affair. This is no exhibition, no nostalgia act. This is a real fight, raw and unforgiving. Each man now knows what he's dealing with, and neither is willing to back down. Somewhere in the back of his mind, Tyson remembers the words of his old trainer, the voice that shaped him into the warrior he became. Everyone has a plan until they get hit. He had lived by that philosophy, had broken men with it, had seen fear take root in their eyes the moment they realized he would not stop until they fell. But Khamzat doesn't break. He doesn't hesitate. He moves forward like an avalanche, cutting angles, testing Tyson's reflexes, seeing if the legend can still survive in a world that has long since moved past his era. The people watching know what's at stake. This isn't just about victory or defeat. This is a battle between the past and the future, between the old ways and the new, between raw power and relentless will. Tyson is proving that age is just a number. That experience cannot be replaced by brute strength alone. Khamzat, on the other hand, is proving that the new generation is here and it is unforgiving. Every strike carries weight, not just in power, but in meaning. Somewhere in the audience, coaches, fighters, and analysts watch with intense focus. This fight isn't just entertainment, it's a study in contrasts. The boxing purists wonder if Tyson's experience and technical mastery will break Khamzat's aggressive rhythm. The MMA community watches to see if Khamzat's conditioning and durability can wear down the aging legend. And then there are the casual fans, the ones who don't care about styles or legacies, the ones who just want to see two warriors give everything they have. Tyson shifts, his instincts firing like they did in his prime. He sees the opening, a fraction of a second where Khamzat is just slightly off balance. He steps in and throws the uppercut. It's a thing of beauty, a punch forged through decades of precision, power, and timing. It's the same strike that ended fights in an instant, that turned champions into memories. It lands clean. Khamzat's head snaps back. For a moment, the world seems to slow, the impact reverberating through the arena like a shockwave. The crowd rises to their feet. But before anyone can react, something happens that no one expects. Khamzat doesn't go down. He doesn't stagger. He doesn't even blink. Instead, he lets out a deep, guttural laugh. A sound that sends chills through the arena. Tyson's eyes narrow. He has seen many things in his career, but this is different. This is not fear. This is not respect. This is something else entirely. Khamzat wipes his mouth, nods in acknowledgement, and then does something that shakes the entire arena. He steps forward, into the fire, unfazed, unbroken, and ready to return the favor. Tyson's expression shifts, just slightly, but enough for those who have followed his career to recognize it. He's seen everything in the ring: fear, doubt, hesitation, but never this. Khamzat isn't just standing after taking a punch that could have ended lesser men. He's grinning, stepping forward like he just woke up. Tyson adjusts his stance, weight shifting just a fraction, already calculating his next move. He's been here before, in deep waters against fighters who refuse to break. But something about this moment feels different. The old rules don't seem to apply. Khamzat presses forward, his feet light but his movements heavy with intent. He feints once, just enough to see how Tyson reacts, then explodes forward with a combination meant to overwhelm. A jab, fast and stiff, followed immediately by a right cross aimed just below Tyson's ribs. The old warrior shifts, absorbing the impact, but Khamzat's pace doesn't allow him to breathe. Another punch comes, this time higher, just grazing Tyson's temple. The legend fires back instinctively, a hook that snaps toward Khamzat's jaw, but the younger fighter is already weaving under it, pressing even closer. The tension in the arena is suffocating. The crowd doesn't know whether to cheer or gasp as the two men trade, their rhythm a brutal dance of destruction. Tyson's experience shows in every step, every slip, every perfectly placed counter, but Khamzat's raw, unrelenting aggression makes the fight unpredictable. Every time one of them seems to take control, the other refuses to give an inch. Then, something happens that no one saw coming. Khamzat changes levels, not just in movement but in strategy. Instead of engaging in a pure boxing exchange, he makes a move Tyson didn't expect. He clinches, locking his arms around Tyson's body with the force of a vice. The sudden shift stuns the crowd. Tyson has fought men who clinched before, but never like this. Khamzat isn't just looking to hold and reset. He's dragging Tyson into unfamiliar territory. The grip tightens, and for a split second, the old champion is forced to react, not dictate. Khamzat's strength is suffocating, and for the first time in the fight, Tyson feels the weight of his opponent's unique style. He tries to shift, create space, but Khamzat's positioning is near perfect, and with one explosive movement, he forces Tyson backward. The crowd erupts in shock. This isn't just a battle of fists anymore. This is a war of styles, a clash of disciplines, and Khamzat just introduced an element that Tyson didn't prepare for. The referee steps in, breaking the clinch before things spiral out of control. Tyson steps back, rolling his shoulders, but the look in his eyes has changed. Khamzat has just made a statement. He isn't here to play by the rules of history. He's here to redefine them. Tyson exhales, adjusting his gloves, then nods, as if acknowledging the game has shifted. But Khamzat isn't waiting for permission. He surges forward again, this time with even more intensity. The pace is breaking all logic, the fight turning into something neither man expected. But deep down, both of them know this is exactly where they thrive. The battle isn't slowing down. It's only beginning to reach its breaking point. Tyson rolls his shoulders, eyes locked onto Khamzat with a look that fighters recognize instantly, a mix of respect and calculated aggression. He knows what's coming. Khamzat isn't slowing down, and neither is he. The younger fighter lunges in, throwing a crisp 1-2 combination, but this time, Tyson doesn't just block, he counters. A lightning-fast hook slips between Khamzat's guard, landing flush against his cheek. The crowd gasps. It's a clean shot, the kind that has sent legends crumbling before. But Khamzat, he takes it, absorbs the force like a man who has trained his whole life for this moment and keeps moving forward. Tyson doesn't hesitate. He steps in with another hook, this time to the body, targeting the core of Khamzat's relentless engine. The impact is undeniable, a crushing blow that forces the younger fighter to exhale sharply. But instead of retreating, Khamzat uses the momentum, pivoting with an overhand right that whistles past Tyson's chin by mere inches. It's chaos, raw and unfiltered, a battle of instincts and endurance where neither man is willing to blink first. The energy in the arena shifts. There's something about this fight that feels different from anything before. The air is thick with history being made, every second carrying the weight of what this moment represents. Khamzat is pushing Tyson beyond limits, but the old warrior refuses to break. Tyson, with all his years of experience, is proving that time hasn't stolen his fire, only refined it. Each exchange is a lesson in willpower, a test of who can outlast the other in this brutal game of inches. Then it happens. Tyson sees the smallest opening, a fraction of hesitation in Khamzat's stance, and in that instant, he capitalizes. His uppercut launches from his hip, the same punch that ended careers in seconds, and it lands. The sound echoes through the arena, a thunderous crack of flesh meeting power. Khamzat's head snaps back, his body swaying, and for the first time, doubt flickers in the air. The crowd explodes, half expecting him to fall. But what happens next silences them all. Khamzat doesn't go down. He doesn't stagger. He stands, eyes burning with something primal, something even Tyson can't fully understand. And then he laughs, a low, eerie chuckle that sends chills through the arena. It's not arrogance, not mockery. It's something deeper. He's enjoying this. He's living for this. The pain, the struggle, the fire of combat, it's exactly where he belongs. Tyson's eyes narrow. He recognizes that look. He's seen it in his own reflection before. This fight isn't about titles, money, or legacy. It's about something purer, the love of battle, the need to push past human limits and see who stands when the dust settles. But time is unforgiving. The bell rings, signaling the end of the final round, and just like that, the war is over. The fighters step back, their chests heaving, their bodies bruised, but neither man looks away. The decision is irrelevant. The fight itself was the victory. The arena erupts, a standing ovation shaking the rafters. Whether history will call this a clash of eras, a passing of the torch, or simply one of the greatest battles ever seen, one truth remains undeniable. Two warriors walked into the fire, and both emerged, unbroken. As Tyson and Khamzat meet in the center of the ring, there are no words, only a nod between them. A silent understanding that only men like them can share. The fight may be over, but its echoes will live forever,